We are on Toll House Avenue. I'm with Amy. Kindred
Nutrition and kinetics.
And kinetics. What is the kinetics part?
So movement, I thought that, I work a lot with nutrition, but movement is so important. So we kind of threw that in a couple of years ago.
Okay. Well, welcome to Good Morning, Frederick.
Thank you.
Amy has been doing this for a long time in Frederick as well. Are you from this area?
I'm not. Originally, I'm from upstate New York.
Wow.
Yes, and then I went to Virginia Tech for college and then migrated to the Maryland area.
Well, you just
after
kind of
that.
chose a place kind of in between
Yes.
the two. All right. Your true focus right now, you were telling me, is athletes. Mm-hmm. So you work a lot with athletes with their nutrition,
Yes.
diet, and all of that sort of stuff.
Yep.
Are you an athlete yourself?
I am. I mean, I'm older, so
Doesn't mean
I'm not at my prime anymore, I guess.
Right,
but
right.
yes, I do local CrossFit about 5 to 6 times a week, and
that's
run,
not like
walk.
that's a lot. That's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so when someone comes to you, are they trying to really just hone their athletic skill utilizing nutrition to do that?
Yeah, I think, everybody has different goals. So from sports nutrition, I see a variation of ages. So high school athletes, a lot of time, they're more at that elite point where they know they want to move towards college.
Yeah.
And so we will meet and kind of see how we can use nutrition to help them with their performance and recovery, either lean out or gain mass, which will give them strength.
Yeah.
And then my older folks around my age or so, a lot of runners, triathletes, CrossFitters, our bodies change. So we're trying to adapt to see what can we change to, kind of have that balance and, still be able to perform.
Yeah. And you were also talking about how you collaborated with some other providers right under this roof on Toll House Avenue. You can help people with eating disorders, and you have all the things, so the therapy and everything that they would need to help get them through that struggle.
Yes, we have 3 dietitians right now. We have a nutrition coach, so the nutrition coach kind of takes over and helps with the action-oriented things in between appointments.
Okay.
And then we have a therapist as well who can help with behavioral change, processing thoughts and feelings, and how they interact with actions and that sort of thing.
What are if you had to give the general public just kind of 3 things we can do as normal everyday people, maybe we're not athletes, but we like to walk, we like to be active.
Yeah.
What are the 3 changes we can make just to help our bodies be better?
Yeah, that's a great question. I feel like I say this all the time, so people who know me are going to be like, oh, we've heard that before. But I think the first thing that we should all be focusing on is how much fruits and vegetables we eat in a day. As a nation, we're not even close to our fiber needs, and fiber helps to regulate our GI system, but it helps with the gut microbiome, which helps with that brain-gut connection.
Okay.
Lots of antioxidants, so about 5 fruits and vegetables a day. That's the first thing.
I mean, I love fruits and vegetables, so that's funny. So people are just not eating enough.
Isn't that interesting?
That is very interesting.
Yeah.
Is it, and then of course, I think this country shifts every 5 to 10 years. It's like, you're eating too many fruits. Now you're not eating enough. You're eating too much of this. But certainly you can never go wrong, right, with fruits and vegetables?
I don't think so. I think right now some of the messaging is confusing because people think of fruits and sugar, but it's natural sugar.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. Okay, so that's a good one. More fruits and vegetables. What else?
I think the next thing is hydration. So I think it's something that people don't think of when they think about nutrition.
Yeah.
But I think there's a lot of people who go through the day in a chronically dehydrated state, right? And it can cause fatigue, it can cause joint pain, it can affect our, digestion, which can be uncomfortable. So at least starting at about like 8 cups of water a day.
Yeah. What is it? So there's a TikTok trend right now with the Celtic salt in the water.
Oh, I haven't seen that
yet. You haven't seen it?
No.
Okay, so Gary Brecka.
Okay.
I don't know if you know him. He does a lot with nutrition and stuff too. Has said that drinking not table salt, but the Celtic salt, whatever it is, Baja Gold is what he talks about. Anyway, is really good because the sodium in that actually helps the body. Do you know anything about those sorts of things?
So I think electrolytes are really popular right now, and they're necessary for some people. I think that when I think about how electrolytes can help us replete our hydration or maintain hydration, we really need sodium, potassium, magnesium, and calcium all together.
Yeah, he talks about that's one of the stuff he talks about. Because magnesium, I know, is really good for digestive and all of that as well.
Yes, digestion, sleep, joint pain again. Yes, muscle contractions.
And then again, there's a lot of different things out there, depending who you listen to. Certain vitamin supplements, they say some are totally worthless.
Yes.
Others are really good.
Yes, yes.
Do you have any that you recommend that you know are better than others?
So I'm a big fan of getting our vitamins and minerals from food.
Right,
if we can,
yeah, I guess you would be.
Yeah, and then of course, if there are deficiencies, absolutely, we can look at, restoring the deficiency. I really try to look for vitamins and minerals that are USP or NSF certified.
Okay.
Because that just basically means, well, there's a lot more to it, but I'm going to simplify it. There's a third-party regulation, so you know that what you're taking is actually in it. So,
okay, yeah, that's good advice, because you want to do good
things,
right?
I know.
You want it, and you don't want to waste money.
Yes.
And it makes me sick to think of the number of things I might have taken in the past that were just doing nothing.
I know.
No good.
I know.
No good at all. So if you want magnesium, what did you say? Those
magnesium, calcium, potassium, and sodium.
Okay. Mm-hmm. What foods can we eat to get those?
Well, I mean, your fruits and vegetables are going to check off a lot of the boxes.
Okay.
You have nuts. I think one of the things that's interesting with nuts, though, is it's kind of become kind of that super food. So we do have to keep an eye on the portion, because they are high calories, high fat, right?
Yeah.
So, and really kind of getting that variety of color in your fruits and vegetables, you can kind of get a lot from that.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, so we did that, and that is our third thing?
Let's see. I think the third thing is really kind of taking inventory of what you're eating in an entire day. So I think a lot of times we're kind of conditioned to kind of think of food as like good or bad and think of it just at each meal. But, you can look at what an entire day is and kind of make up for what your losses were. So I like to think of adding what you need instead of punishing yourself for what you think you didn't do right.
Right. Yeah. And I always say everything in moderation, right? Because I think mentally, if you say, I'm not eating any more cake ever, then you're like crave it.
Yes.
Then when you do eat it, you overindulge and you feel terrible. So I'm always like, have a little bite.
Absolutely.
Have a little bit, because
Absolutely.
you should never keep yourself from that.
I
think
agree.
mentally it's way worse.
Yes.
Way worse. So if someone wanted to come here, how would they reach out to you? And I know you have a specialty, so do you have other people for someone just like me who might not be an athlete or anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, we definitely see other people too who have like GI issues. We see like POTS, other couple of pre-diabetes, different diagnoses. So I do have a website, so it's kindrednutrition.com.
Okay.
And you can click right at the top there to book a call, and you get a screen with me, 15-minute screen, so we can kind of talk about things.
Yeah.
If I don't think that you're a good fit for me, I know kind of everybody, because I've been around for a long time.
That's great.
I can refer you to the right place.
Yeah. And are you seeing an increase in any of these like GI issues and eating disorders? And I know we were talking about it before, it kind of goes in peaks and waves, but what are you seeing as the expert in this?
Yeah, I think that I'm definitely seeing changes with the GI system. And I think, it plays into the lack of fiber, multiple supplements that aren't needed, too much of one thing and not enough of the other.
Right.
And I also think that physicians are getting a lot better at screening for that. So I think that when they notice there's more GI issues, we're getting more referrals, which is great.
Yeah.
I have and I do continue to see an increase in eating disorders.
Yeah.
Social media, I think, plays a big role in
Sure.
that.
Yeah.
And so, of all ages.
Yeah.
So I would say when I started 15 years ago versus now, I see eating disorders at a much younger age. So starting more at like 9, where I used to see it at 13.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As a parent, what, because it's difficult when your child, when you notice these changes and you see things going on, how can a parent help their child? What's the best thing for them to do?
That's a great question, because I think that's the hardest thing is, a lot of times I think as parents, and I'm a parent as well, we will notice something and we don't want to overreact, right? So we'll kind of,
we
tiptoe around it, right?
We certainly do, because you get the defensive reaction from your kid, which really actually should trigger the fact that there's really something going on.
Yes.
And then so you're trying to do it in a nice, friendly way.
Yeah. And I think that really when it comes to eating disorders, every single minute that they're activated in their thought process, they are establishing a pattern that's hard to break.
Yeah.
So really, I think it's right away, really providing the love and support and recognizing, hey, this is something that is out of my league, and getting that specialist as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know that's got to be tough. Right?
It is.
But you're right, because the further they get in it, the harder it is to break.
Yeah.
Because it is that kind of constant repetition in your mind. And we all do it. It's just some people react differently and take on that control a little bit differently too.
Right.
Well, we love that you're here in Frederick helping so many people. Who are the biggest athletes you know? Anybody we would know?
Well, I'm not working with anybody professional right now, but I would say if you look at some of the top performers within FCPS, most of them have been here or are working with us now.
I love it. Yeah. I love it. Well, we love that you're helping them get to the next level, and I think that's amazing, and helping people recover from some of these issues. I mean, I know with pre-diabetes, I know that's a big thing now. There's a lot of younger people who are developing diabetes earlier.
Yes.
And do you work at all, or does anyone from FCPS, like the lunch people? Because I know that's a big thing.
I know.
But what can we do, again, as a parent, if you see this starting? How hard is it to get kids back on the right track?
I think the quicker, the easier it is, right?
Yeah.
So, and I think, really modeling the appropriate kind of behavior, which is really difficult to do, but and recognizing that it's not a character defect. Their brain is kind of needs a little bit of rewiring. So patience is a big thing for parents, because it's really, really scary. And accepting that the parent does play a big role in it too. So even when you start to work with a dietitian or a therapist, there's a lot of work that you have to do at home. So just knowing, okay, if I take this on now, fast and furious, it will hopefully be more short term.
And a lot of that, I mean, when my kids were little, it was about letting them help prepare meals, letting them choose the meals, and guiding what's healthier, or what's better, or making it fun, that they could pick out something. And again, not eliminating some of the fun stuff, but just making the better stuff a bigger part of it. So
the balancing act.
That's awesome. Well, we really do appreciate you. If you guys want to reach out for your consultation, it's kindrednutrition.com. And you can contact Amy or her team. And if she can't help, she'll pass you along to somebody who can. But if you're an athlete and you want to be at the top with your nutrition, she can help you definitely with that. So thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you guys so much for watching.